Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to Anaheim, California, as we are here for PPW for the 7th of July, and we are kicking things off with a tag team match as Team Chaotix takes on Gemma Dee and Vix. So we had an interesting end to last week from that triple threat match where Passia ended up winning the match. But let's talk about that. It's more of the aftermath between Kairi and Sund. Seems that the triple threat match in a few weeks' time is starting to cause a little bit of tension between these two. Let's see if they can hold it together as they face the PPW champion herself and Vix. So you kind of got to have a bit of understanding with Sund getting a little bit annoyed last week. Kairi ended up literally throwing Passia into Sund. Not by purpose, I would say, but looks like Sund doesn't see it that way, that it was an accident. Of course, both of them, former tag team champions, both from, this is probably one of the closest they've gotten to having a chance of holding that PPW championship. I mean, Gemma Dee's been kind of getting in the heads a little bit of Sund and Kairi. Of course, she was the one that put Passia in that triple threat match. But we don't know, was she actually testing Passia? Or was she testing her opponents? Of course, we are literally just over 3 weeks away from Digital Meltdown, our summer's biggest event. let's talk a little bit about Vix and her little path over the past couple of months. It seems like she's actually become very buddy with Gemma Dee over the past couple of weeks. Of course, since her attempt at getting hold of that Chaos Championship. Unfortunately, because she did lose last week to Rex, she cannot go for that championship while Rex is holding it. Anyway, there we go. Oh, what the hell is going on? That is, things are starting to be a little bit, looks like Kairi wants to go against Gemma first. Of course, these two are supposed to be the established tag team here. But it doesn't mean that Gemma Dee does not have a few tricks up her sleeves. And again, Vix, again, she has been a lot more aggressive since being under the tutelage of Gemma Dee. Yeah, she's not getting that as many wins as she was expecting. Of course, she can't go for the Chaos Championship. And down, oh. But by all means, it doesn't mean that things are looking bleak for her. At the moment, she is oof. Oh, that kick in the back. I mean, at the moment, it looks like both teams are seeming to be gelling quite well with each other. You can't help but keep an eye on Kairi and Sund, especially at the very beginning, with that surprising sharp tagging by Kairi. So Vix is struggling a little bit here. Again, Gemma would definitely want to avoid a loss here. Vix getting a kick out in 2 count. Kairi give Sund a chance, so it doesn't look like it. No. Oof, into the back. Vix making sure at least one of them's not in the way. Of course, we do have that tag team championship match as our main event tonight, as GD and Mini GD, the Anomalies, defend their gold against Karina and Terra after Terra won their match. Of course, GD the one causing it to be put in this place. Let's see how things go between them. Hopefully it won't be a short reign for the Anomalies, especially with Gemma Dee being a bit more distracted with what's going on at the moment. Ooh. Oof, what a hit. Going for the kick, but Kairi seems to have the one up on her. Will she? Why is Kairi is still not made a tag for Sund? Oh, going for the flip. 1, 2. Kairi got it, but you've got to make it feeling a little bit. Oh, Sund is not happy with this. Oh, it doesn't look happy. Oh, okay. Things are definitely not well between these two. Definitely tell Kairi did not. She didn't even let Sund in properly. the whole match. Anyway, let's move on to our next match, which is was Taco back after being literally decimated during Gateway to Glory a couple of weeks ago in that brawl with Pasio. Of course, Vix being there to help Pasio out. For some reason, we are still not 100% sure why she did that. But you gotta feel like Taco is not 100% tonight. But let's see how well she does with someone who's actually made quite a big impact over the past couple of weeks, getting to the finals of the Gateway to Glory as well. We gotta give Rainy her due. She has been on a bit of a sort of winning streak, if you do not count the finale, the finals of the Gateway to Glory. But still, when it comes to single action, she has been kind of on a roll. Will tonight be another stepping stone to a championship in the near future? Here we go, Rainy versus Taco. A typical 1v1 match. Already got a hold in. So that's gonna probably take more to beat Rainy straight away in this. Of course, Taco is no slouch when it comes to wins themselves. Of course, former PPW champion, former Chaos champion. I feel like she wants to hold the tag teams at one time. Just not found that right partner, I guess. And then, of course, Rainy making it all the way to the finals of the Gateway to Glory. Fortunately, being beaten, it would have been interesting. Second week, I think the only person who actually managed to do that, the second week of getting a championship opportunity, was Cthulhu herself. Of course, making it all the way through to the to face Tear at Pop House Showdown after her victory at Night of Horror. Holding on to that championship for at least 2 months, I give Cthulhu. Of course, it could also be Cthulhu was her tag team partner. Just see if this is a blip for Rainy. Or is Rainy actually someone that Gemma and Rex should really be keeping an eye on? Of course, Taco cannot go for the current Chaos Championship. Being beaten by Rex does not mean that she cannot go for the PPW Championship. Of course, coming up after Digital Meltdown will be the 4 qualifiers for the Paradox Playroom. I feel like both of these two will be, especially in the qualifiers themselves. Of course, the draw for that will be happening in a couple of weeks' time. Of course, no details has actually been mentioned of the qualifier itself. Of course, we already have 2 slots that have been occupied. Of course, I think it's Red who has won the gauntlet match to get one of the qualifying spots. And of course, whoever is the PPW champion. Oh, it's really been busted open. Rainy is slightly starting to struggle here a little bit, but getting some momentum back. Was that punch enough to take out Taco? Of course not, just a 1 count. Oh, onto the back. Going for the cover again. 1. Still only a 1 count. Of course, you're going to be feeling this. You're going to have to take a lot more out of Taco. This is a 2-time Chaos champion here. Now both from a buster. This is supposed to just be a friendly one-on-one match. Of course, we were talking about, yeah, so the draw will be mentioned in a few weeks' time of how the 4 spot for the Paradox Playroom will be decided. A little bit more detail of how it will be decided, of course, will be mentioned as well. The draw may be different, because of course we still have to put in place the 2 people who do not win at Digital Meltdown. But there we have it. What a win by Rainy, beating a former PPW and Chaos champion tonight. Oh, what is happening here? A show of respect. That is what you want to see here in PPW. Of course, Rainy, future champion, we'll have to see. There we go, we're moving on to our next match, which will be... oh, another attempt to qualify for the Chaos Championship. Rex not actually had to defend the Chaos Championship yet. Every opponent who has tried to get a shot at the championship has fallen to the wayside. Of course, she already has knocked away Taco, has knocked away Vix. Both of them cannot compete for this championship. So who is it this time that is going to try and go for a shot at that green belt? Of course, she, like Gemma Dee at the moment, still have to keep their eyes on a swivel, the head on the swivel even. Of course, Dory can catch it in on the Chaos Championship as well as the PPW Championship. Oh, Someone fresh from a victory from a triple threat last week. Of course, Pasha having a great victory last week, being put in that triple threat match by the PPW champion herself. Now getting a chance, now having a match to see if they get a shot at that Chaos Championship. Will Pasha get the victory? Of course, when it comes to these matches, to get a shot at the Chaos Championship, you have to beat the current Chaos Champion in a normal 1v1 match. If you win that, you will then go to whatever the PLE of that month is and take on the opponent in a stipulation match. Now, of course, this means that it can become a one-on-one, it can become a triple threat, it can become a fatal four-way. Of course, there will be challenges every week for the Chaos Championship. The only person who cannot challenge for it, apart from those who have been eliminated out of it, hence Vix and Tucker, is whoever is the PPW champion at that time, for the fact that we do not want to see a double champion at this moment in time. But yes, Pasha trying the best. Of course, again, no one has actually, the only person who has actually defeated Rex since holding that championship has been the PPW champion herself in a single one-on-one match. This is why this rule has been put in place. Of course, it would normally stipulate that Gemma Dee should be getting a shot at the Chaos Championship. But then, like I said, double champion, do we really want to see that? The whole point of this second singles championship is to give more people a chance at championship gold. Will Pasha be the first person to actually beat Rex, who is not a champion? Wait, what's happening? Oh, come on. It's Vix. She's still not happy for the fact that she ended up being beaten by Rex. She is... No, 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 no! No. Rex kicking out at 2. Pasha with the help from Vix's distraction. Was this their plan all along? Can Rex actually get back from this? Looking like it might be. Oh, no, Pasha is... Oh, to the back. Again, Vix did not need to be out here. Vix cannot go for this. And a kick to the face. I said Vix last week having her final shot at the champion, going for the championship, while Rex is holding it. Of course, losing, even with the help of Pasha's distraction last week. Is this week going to be any different? Are we actually going to see someone who is going to be going for that Chaos Championship this month? Pasha with that punch. A kick to the face. It's a rope break. Like I said, this is a normal 1v1 match. So the distraction by Vix did not really help the situation. But again, she didn't touch anyone. She was just out there to go and observe. Talking about observe, remember our main event tonight for the PPW Tag Team Championships is the Anomalies versus Karina and Tara. Also, please keep in mind that if Tara and Karina do lose this match, they cannot go for the Tag Team Championships while the Anomalies do hold them. So, feelings in the Anomaly camp are quite tense as well. After the only reason that they are in this situation is because of GD losing to Tara last week. I don't know what Pasture's planning. Kick to the face. True goat. Oh! Is that it? 1, 2. No, Pasture kicks out. Give Rex to do. What's it called? They're still getting back into this. Oh, Rex going for it. Oh. A shot pick. Taking Pasture into the corner. Pasture hits out. Going for a roll up. 1, 2, 3. She gets it. So there you have it. We will be having a Chaos Championship match at Digital Meltdown. And currently it stands, it will be a 1v1 Passia versus Rex for that Chaos Championship. Will others be joining us? We will be finding out from next week of whoever Rex will be facing next. You haven't got a feeling that it has been thanks to Vix's distraction that Passia is even getting a shot at this. Not putting any doubt on Passia's skills. But tonight, it seems that Rex got beat. What is happening here? Why is Rainy joining Vivi? But Vivi still has that chip on the shoulder thanks to Ame. She thought she had put her to one side after her victory at Gateway to Glory, but it seems like Ame has not had enough of her yet. And tonight be the night that Vivi pushes that fish to one side. I'd be interested to see how this goes. Again, they're facing off 1v1. Amy asked for it. Of course, last week, Ame getting herself involved in the match with V versus, I think, was it Rainy? I think it was Rainy. Of course, starting on Rainy's current victory run, beating Vivi, beating Taco tonight. No idea why Rainy is out there with them, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's get this match underway. Vivi versus Ame Part 2. Because Vivi has one victory against Ame so far. Of course, this all kicked off because of the Gateway to Glory tournament in the first round. Both these two were part of separate teams in their triple threat tag team match. Of course, both losing out of getting it. Vivi's definitely taking it to a bit of a sour note. Of course, being a former finalist last year. Blames Ame for getting in the way of her victory. And ever since then, it has been literal back and forth between these two. Of course, Vivi. Of course, Rainy's still busted open from earlier tonight. Seriously, no idea why Rainy is out there. But yes, Vivi, of course, getting that victory against Ame, at Gateway to Glory. We thought this was over between the two of them, but again, just like Ame, it never is over until she says it's over. Are we actually going into a double counter at this moment in time? This count is still going on. Ame getting back in the ring. Getting some chops in. Vivi seems to be a little bit off pace compared to what she's been like over the past couple of weeks. Yes, she's had a couple of losses, but not her own fault. Again, it's Ame that has caused those losses by distracting her at the wrong time. As Vivi wanted to get rid of Ame before the Paradox Playroom qualifiers takes place. Oh, what's this? Whipped in the corner and here comes the... Whoa! Oh, and the referee's down! Oh no, wait, what is Rainy doing? Oh, stopping that chair shot. Why is Rainy helping Vivi? Down goes the fish. Referee's still down. Oh no, what is she doing? And down she goes. Is that going to be it? One. No, and it's a kick out by Ame. Ame's still in this. Calm down, dude. This is now becoming a little bit more of a punishment thing than anything else. I do really wonder why Rainy is out there. Why is she helping Vivi? Ame still getting into this. But wanting to tie up this back and forth between them. Ame getting back some. Ame going for it, but is she? She's down. Ame's gonna. Is Ame gonna fly? For the kick. I have no idea what Ame's planning, but Vivi's not having any of it. Both of them seems to be off their games at the moment. Vivi seeming and they're going for a bit of a back and forth. To Vivi. To Ame. To Ame still. To Ame. To Ame. To Vivi. To Ame. To Vivi. To Ame. And no more. Down goes the fish. I have no idea what Vivi is planning. Brother in the corner. Pulled down by Ame. Where is she going? So they're going up high. Down she goes. Is that going to be it? 1, 2. No! That was close. She's going for it. Yes! One, 2, 3, and Ame takes it. Again, we are questioning why Rainy is out there helping Vivi in all of this. But well done to Ame, defying the odds again. But this time it is 1-1 between these two. Your feeling it's not going to be over between them until we get a definitive victory. But how will that pan out? That's a wonderful moonsault from Ame. And she calls it over the moon.
Here is your winner,
Again, a victory over Vivi for Ame. We'll see how this folds out between these two. But you can definitely tell they are not going to leave it just one apiece. And here we are at the main event for this week's PPW as we go for a tag team championship match. Oh, it looks like
is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 483 pounds.
interesting walk way between these ones.
Undisputed tag team champions, GD Anomaly.
It's been a while. I feel like it has been a while. It has been a while since we've seen all three of them together in this, with Gemma Dee being quite distracted by, of course, Rex and Staria, and now Kairi and Sund. It looks like she may have actually gone back into the back. Of course, it is thanks to Tara that Karina and him is getting this rematch tonight. But of course, the stipulation is still in place. If Tara and Karina do not manage to beat the Anomalies tonight in their rematch, they cannot go for that tag team gold while they hold it. Of course, you can still see a little bit of tension between Mini GD and GD. Of course, not being happy for the fact that they should not be in this situation if it wasn't for GD's arrogance. Folks, this is not the first time we've seen Karina and GD at least battle each other and have a bit of a back and forth rivalry. Even though they are part of the same group of Port Pals, doesn't mean that they can't have a challenge against each other, not just in PPW, but of course in other matches. Yeah, they have also been managed to work together. Of course, in the future coming up, they will be, of course, taking teaming up again with is it We Were There? Oh, why do I want to say We Were There? I should know what the game is called. I'm just bringing up my library list just to remind me what it was called. We Were Here Tomorrow, of course, when that game comes out. Of course, Karina and GD will be teaming up again, take on that game. Like they have done with the other series in the We Were Here series itself. But tonight, again, is them facing each other. Of course, a surprise victory from the Anomalies, beating Karina and Tara at Gateway to Glory for the Tag Team Gold. At the moment, most of the gold being held by the Anomalies. Of course, the only piece of gold that isn't is the Chaos Championship being held by Rex, who must be still licking her wounds after being defeated by Pastia in not the most straightforward of ways, I would say. Again, this match is only happening because of GD being arrogant against Terra. If it wasn't for him having to come out here and rub salt into wounds to them, and then of course losing against Terra, they would be holding on to this championship. Hopefully they would not be in this situation, let's just say that. Currently at the moment, he is looking a little bit more on the side of the former tag team champions. And now here comes Karina. Of course, championship rules are on with this match. So the only way the championship can swap hands is by pinfall or submission. Oof. Of course, trust GD. Tagging in mini GD. Have a shot at Karina. But both of these guys, former PPW champions, of course. Mini GD winning his only PPW and only singles championship in a beautiful match back at Continuum Clash back in April against Burning in that Inferno match. Of course, GD, a Grand Slam champion, of course, holding the tag team championship. This is not his first tag team championships. Of course, winning it with Mecha, the second tag team to hold on to those championships after a mismatch setup. And of course, now the current ones with Mini GD. Oh, what a tag move. Of course, again, the only way this can be swapped, only way victory title can be swapped is by pinfall and submission. Of course, Karina and Terra should know this, being former tag team champions themselves. But GD is starting to get a little bit of momentum here. Trying to get the leverage of the ropes. Karina not liking this cheat. If anything, it's just angered her. Really looking a little bit wobbled legs, but few headbutts. Oh. Again, if you are just tuning in, this is for the tag team championships. Of course. Oh, kick to the back of the head from out of nowhere by Mini GD. I mean, that's what you get for taunting, but still, come on. The kick to the face. What's Mini GD showing his speed? The reason why he is slightly feared by everybody. Oh, double kick. Again, taunting. Oh, kick to the face. Why is Mini? Just a one count. Again, it does feel like, where is he going? Terra gonna bring this back for them. Like it's going up high, up and down. We're going for the pin? No, he's going for more. I don't know if this is wise. And down he goes. Mini GD with the save. Oh. That was close. We were nearly going to see new tag team champions there. Oh. Down he goes again. And keep in mind, this is because of GD losing to Terra. I mean, GD doesn't care either if it's a count out, a pin, a submission. He just doesn't care. At the end of the day, he just wants to fix what he has broken. Count is still going. Terry needs to get him back in the ring. Again, the title cannot swap hands at a count out.
Here are your winners, Viviku and
Of course, they may get the victory tonight, but it does not mean the titles have changed hands. We do like to point out again, championship rules do apply when it comes to this. So even though they get the victory, GD and Mini GD still keep hold of those championships. But you've got a feeling that this is not going to be the last between them. We'll hear more of what this means of their victory and their shot at a tag team championships. But thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Of course, I am GD, your favorite shape-shifter anomaly. And please join us again next Tuesday for some more PPW. Till then, good night everybody. Good night.